Hello and welcome to the final part of this PDO tutorial set. Now so far what we've done is, if we type in a banner ID, so this would be the username, so we've got that, and then type in, let's just say James Armstrong, and then age 24, and it adds a new record to the database. Now if we click to edit here, it will go here and we can change this. So we can change this to 0 and 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 and 7. So here we have 8 numbers and 2 letters, and then when we click update and go to the database, we'll see that is now changed here. So the final part of this is we want to delete from the database. So to delete from the database, we're going to have to make a whole new form and also a whole new script. So to start with, what we're going to do is, underneath this, we're going to do another HTML form. Now, we already have the form that we need, so we're going to copy it. So copy everything from the form up to the h3 tag. Now we're going to do 3 or 2 BR tags just so we can separate it a little bit, and then below that we'll post the exact same thing, but this time instead of everything being hidden, we're actually going to delete things. So we have to set this to delete.php. And then for each form, we're not going to hide it or anything like that. What we're going to do is, after we put the input box, we're going to do a disabled. So just the word disabled after every value. So basically what this is going to do is, when we view this form in our trusted Chrome, so we go here and click to edit, we can see here that the user ID is there, the banner ID, and we can't edit. So what we're going to do now is edit this text and put delete the record. Now the reason we're doing this is when we click that button here, refresh, when we click that, it's going to go to delete.php ID equals 1. Now the purpose of this is we're going to make it so that when we click the button, it deletes this full thing from the database. So what we need to do is open up a new page and then file, save as, and then we're going to call this delete.php, and again all types. So what we're going to do is we start with, of course, our trusted PHP tag, if I remember to add in the word PHP, and we're going to do the exact same thing as before. So db underscore username is equal to root, or whatever you put your username as. db password is equal to whatever you put it as, and then db is equal to new PDO, and then in here we're going to put MySQL host is equal to localhost, db name is equal to PDO, db underscore username, and db underscore password. So now that we have that, again we're going to set up the form is equal to post, and then we're going to do user ID all the way up to age, but we already have that here, so we're going to just copy this from the update page and paste it so it looks like that. Now what we have to do is we're going to set our SQL statement. So SQL is equal to, and then here we're going to do delete from user info, as that's the table name, where user ID is equal to colon user ID. So basically what this is going to do is when we click the button from the edit page, it will get the user ID from this form here, or this input box, and then it will go through and delete that record. But to finish this, what we need to do is prevent SQL injection. So we'll start with stempty for statement is equal to db prepare. Now that I can actually type that. So we've prepared that statement. So now what we have to do is bind a parameter. So stempty is equal to, and then we're going to do, hyphen that, as bind param. So now what we're going to do is user ID, and we're going to bind that to post user ID, and then PDO param int. So we've bound the parameters together, and now we're going to stempty execute. So we're now going to execute that statement. So basically that's us finished. So all we've done is we've prepared this part where we've got a connection to the database on localhost called PDO using that username that we've set here and the password that was set here. Now we don't really need this in this instance, but we can still keep it here anyway because it just sets variables. If you don't want it here, just put a / an asterisk, go to the end, put an asterisk and /. And when we do that, it basically comments it out, so we don't actually need it. And then what we need to do is we now need to redirect the page. So header again, and location index.php. Now if we go to index.php, that specific one that we've done will no longer be there. So if all goes well, this should actually delete. So what I'll do now is I'll go to the page here, so edit equals 1, or if I just go back to the index, we can see I have one for me, one for Joe Blogs, and one for James Armstrong. So we'll click the James Armstrong one and then click delete, and as you can see, James Armstrong has disappeared. So let's just make another one. So double B 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then we'll put Mary Jesus, and then age, let's make her really old, 89, and add a new record. Now we can edit this and put Mary Jesus 2, and then change her age to 50. Let's just make it a bit younger, and then it updates. And then when we go back to the index page, we can see Mary Jesus 2, and then when we delete it, it no longer exists. So that's us. We have now created an index page with the form. We've displayed all records that are shown or that are in the database. We have a link to edit the information, or sorry, a form to edit the information, And we also have a form to delete the record completely from the database. And when we go here, we can see there's only 2, just like there is on the index page. And that's the tutorials finished. What you could do now is you could go and style it, or you could put this wherever you want. Now, I've not put it on an actual website because that would just confuse people. I just want people to understand that there's an easy way to update, delete, and also insert records to a database without too much confusion, hopefully. So hopefully you've been able to follow this tutorial, and if you need any help or you have any questions, then please don't hesitate to comment and I will read it as soon as I can. So thank you all for watching. I'd appreciate all likes and subscriptions if you're nice enough, and I will have a lot more tutorials in the future. Now that I'm finished university, I'm going to have a lot more time, so if you want to see something, then just let me know and I'll do my best. Thank you for watching.